This lesson is how to multiply any whole number by a fraction using tape diagrams. This lesson is very similar to what we did yesterday, but you're using a tape diagram instead of drawing another shape. So let's look at the first problem. What is 3/5 of 35? Now we're going to start with a large rectangle, and that's going to be our tape diagram. Now remember that this represents the total sum that we have. So everything here is 35. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into 5 sections, like my denominator says. So I have 1, 3, 4, 5. They're not perfectly even, but remember this is a visual to help you. And what I'm looking at is I want to see how much is in these 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split those 35, the whole number that I have, over 5 different rectangles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which, if we remember, 35 over 5 is the same as 35 divided by 5, which is 7. So each of my 5 pieces is the same as 7. So if I have 3 pieces, that's the same as 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 7 times 3, which is 21. So 3/5 of 35 is 21. Okay. Again, like the last lesson that we did, we have the overall number. We're splitting it equally into 5 different groups, and then what we're saying here is that we need to include 3 of those 5 groups. Let's try another problem. Sakshi had 17 yards of fabric and used 1/3 of it, of the total amount of fabric, to make a quilt. How many yards did she use for the quilt? Try it on your own. Okay, this one's a little bit different than the last one. Okay, we still have our tape diagram, which represents the total of 17 yards, and I know I need to split it into 3 pieces because I have 1/3. And in all, I am looking for this piece right here. I am looking for 1/3 of the total section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 17 yards that I'm dividing into 3 pieces. So I have 17/3. Okay, when I simplify it or divide 17 by 3, I know, and I'll show you on the side here, 17 divided by 3, 3 goes into 17 5 times, which gives me 15, and I have 2 left, so I have 5 2/3 remaining. So each of these sections here is 5 2/3. 2/3. 5 2/3. Remember, if I was saying, or if the question said that she had 17 yards of fabric and she used 2/3 instead of 1/3, I would include both of these pieces here for a total of 11 1/3 of yards. Okay, try the next problem. 2/3 of a number is 8. What is that number? Now for this problem we need to work backwards a little bit. We know that we have a number here, but we don't know what that is. We do know that this is split into 3 sections, and that if I take the 2 sections here, combined they are 8. So what I need to do is figure out how much is in one section. So if I have 8, and then I'm dividing that between 2 sections, I know that there's 4 in each section. And if I do 4 in each section, 4 times 3 is 12. So 2/3 of 12 is equal to 8. Try this last problem on you. Marina spent 4/7 of her money on a teddy bear. If that bear cost $24, how much money did she start with? Okay, this problem is similar to the last one. where we start with our total amount, but we don't know how much it is. If we add 4 of the sections, we know that that's $24, and we don't know how much is in this last section. So what we're going to do is we have our $24 that we're dividing among those 4 sections, and we have 24 divided by 4. We find that it is $6 per section. And I can do this a couple of ways. I can say that I have 6 in each of these and do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Or we can do 6 times 7, which is $42.